Welcome, welcome back. Um, this is the second clip of the Erikson online module, in which I will go over the basic staples or the components that are most relevant for your work or your task in this module. As I said, this is a scientific paper, so really there is no expectation that an undergraduate will be entirely comfortable with it. But it will be a good exercise in learning how to extract information from such a paper, and I will show you how to use it to further our understanding of Erikson. As I said, the paper describes an inventory for ego strength, which is a superior way of looking at Eriksonian theory, because even if the theory is wrong, still those ego strengths may be something worthwhile to assess regarding somebody's personality. The most important aspects of the article are first and foremost the general concept, and you will find it in table 1. Of course, it is not aligned, so I'm going to view, rotate clockwise. Good. Now we can see. As you can see, the paper looks at each and every one of the ego strengths versus its what is called antipathy, meaning what happens when the ego strength fails, corresponding to each and every one of the psychosocial stages, as we have covered in the class. Furthermore, every ego strength is looked at as two themes, meaning two facets or two aspects of the ego strength that together give the most complete view of it, or complete conceptualization of it. For example, if the ego strength developed after the first psychosocial stage is hope, and its antipathy is withdrawal, then one way of looking at it is how much confidence in the future, how much optimism does a person have versus how much doubt they have or faithlessness in beginning endeavors or launching into something. Another aspect of it is that when the hope is being crushed or when there is a disappointment, how resilient is the person to renew their hope and rekindle their interest and not be or recover from discouragement. That's another aspect of the same ego strength as hope. That is called theme 2. As you can see here, it's antipathy, it's giving up. Now, technically, theme 1 and theme 2 are two concepts that are two aspects that are related, but not necessarily the same. One can be the kind that is very enthusiastic in starting things, but once they have one setback or disappointment, it will be hard for them to renew their interest in whatever endeavor it was. So the two aspects are conceptually distinct. The second part that I'm going to cover is, let's change the view back to, oops, we have counterclockwise, yes. The second part is the questionnaire itself. The questionnaire itself is in the appendix, and it is at the end of after the references. Good. So here are the questions, and we are going to answer them as if Catalea was answering the inventory, meaning when I think about the future, I feel optimistic. What would she say? No matter how bad things get, I am confident they will get better. what would she say? Now, as you can see, these are both related to hope. Um, when I think about the future, I feel optimistic. No matter how bad things get, I'm confident they will get better. But look at the third one. I'm only setting myself up for disappointment by looking forward to things in the future. This is the opposite of hope. And indeed, if you will see here, there is a tiny minus sign. Minus sign says that this question is to be reverse coded, meaning it's looking at hope through its negativity, through its antipathy. Um, People who do not have hope may score highly on this question. So here you see another minus, meaning this is another negatively phrased item. When I feel really down, I have a hard time believing that things are going to get better. Again, this is also gauging or tapping into a person's ego strength of hope, but in the reverse, meaning it's looking into hopelessness rather than hope. And therefore, it will be scored in a reverse score, which we are going to discuss later. Um, as you can see, we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ego strength. Each and every one has 2 themes. Each and every theme has 4 questions. And in the end, each and every one of these strengths will have a score that will be the sum of those 8 items that are concentrated at these at tapping this ego strength. In the third and last clip, we will talk specifically about scoring and how it will be done.